Hello everybody and welcome back to the chateau on what is a bit of a miserable day actually. It is dark, dingy and a bit windy, but that's fine. There's loads of stuff to get on with and some stuff to explain, but let's just get on with it, shall we? It's on, it's in. Got some bits and pieces to do afterwards, and I haven't painted it, but I'm going to bleed it first. So the heating is on, because obviously there's pipes going upwards, so anything that's above this in the system will come down and feed this. So after I know there's no air in it, I'm going to turn off the valve so it's isolated, and then just check underneath it in a little bit for any leaks, rather than allow the whole system to possibly drain through this if it does leak when I go to sleep. Oh, there we go, hang on. There we go. Oh, well, there we go. I have a radiator fitted and painted. Probably could do with a third coat at a later stage, but I'll see what it's like when that has dried properly. And now the room will be able to be warm apart from the fire, so there'll be extra warmth in here, and it's another job done. It is the next day. The radiator, the paint's dried. It's looking pretty good. I do think it's going to need another coat, though it's definitely going to need another coat, which I can't do until later on. So while it's turned into half decent weather, I need to get a job done outside. So apart from the weather, there is a distinct reason why I do this, because I am damned if I do, damned if I don't, based on viewership and comments. So if I just leave everything natural for the winter and this time of year, it of course looks messy and I get told I can't look after the house. Oh, I should sell it, I should have something smaller. All of these comments. Or if I tidy it up and it looks really nice, people tell me that I'm destroying wildlife for the winter. So I will explain. These areas, as you can see, the grass has come this way, needs to be divided off and this scraped off and killed. This area will eventually have some shrubs in it. But for the winter, the huge amount of leaves that I've got, okay, which, for the record, don't really get moved up in that top right corner. Okay, it's this area that I move them, so the grass can try to grow back over there. And I'm going to move them all from there across onto this bank to mulch down, but also so all of the insects and everything that live and hibernate, etc., in pile leaves for the winter will have a nice place to go. So I help the ecosystem at the same time as trying to keep the place neat and tidy. It's a 50-50 balance. And the other reason for doing jobs like this is if you get stuff done before the winter, before things stop growing, or hopefully they've just finished stop growing, it looks nicer for the entire winter. So on to some inside jobs. Well, that wasn't bad timing at all. Literally just finished that job and the rains have come. Well, so that's kind of why it's so important to get outside jobs, just to keep tidy, done whenever the weather comes up. Now, I have actually, because obviously the algae in here and everything, people are obviously asking that question. It's very difficult through the summer when it's very shallow because of the silt in the bottom and all of the heat that we've had this year. I've actually got some products coming to try to deal with this. So I've been looking at a product that's been recommended by someone that owns a couple of lakes, and that is, there's a product which helps the natural bacteria eat the sediment and all the rest of it in the bottom, which should do some good while we're waiting for the inevitable dredge out, etc., which is a huge job. And there is a dye, and the dye actually, not only does it make it look prettier, it blocks off the light to the algae and the pondweed without affecting the fish or the ecosystem. So that could be a great solution, and I'm looking forward to when that stuff arrives. But I'm looking forward to lots of things at the moment, and let me explain. In the effort to make this chateau my own home, I have got all sorts of new designs from the different areas. So this hallway, as an example, has stayed much the same as when I first moved in. And having new designs like these ones here, admittedly, they're more colour schemes and actual designs, will give me a little bit more motivation, in the same way as the yellow room next door, where I'll just put the radiator, is very much the same as when I first came in. And I don't necessarily think that it's the right colour scheme for me, although I do want to keep the colour scheme of the sofas. In the same way as I completely lost motivation with the bedroom suite upstairs after the summer, which got in the way in the party. But now I have actually managed to put into the designs the colour scheme that I've always thought, and it's quite nice to see, which gives me the motivation to carry on again. So much like when this room was being done all that time ago, and I wasn't sure about what colour scheme to use in here, and some people were very kind enough to send me some photoshopped images to get an idea. Thankfully these days it's a lot easier, and it's something that I can do very quickly. So now I have found those ideas, I can get on with that, because the other rooms where I'm not really sure about, that's a later stage. The bedroom is now under a time limit. It has to be done by the end of the year. The reasons why will come apparent, but I've got to be back in that room by the end of the year. In fact, by Christmas Eve. So that all has to get done. So it's full steam ahead on that, while trying to basically get everything sorted everywhere else. Everything in the house that shouldn't be here, or I don't want here, or is not to do with me. I am starting 2026 with a clear house and a clear head. So current outstanding projects getting done, into that bedroom, again, there's a reason, and then everything new in the new year. So I'm going to get on with all of those little things that I've just mentioned off camera, which aren't particularly interesting, sorting through boxes of stuff and getting through stuff ready for charity shops, etc. And I will see you tomorrow, because I'm going to be, well, as I said, haven't got long. It's got to be done by Christmas Eve, so better get on with it. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye now.